Hey Mia, long time no see.
Hi Sabina, it's been a while.
Listen, but don't freak out, okay?
Sure, what's up?
So, you bought a house, right? It's a brand new one. I heard it from Miranda.
No way. From Mom? I specifically told her not to tell anyone.
Why keep it a secret? It's good news. No need to hide it, right? Well, maybe it would have been better to keep it hidden, though. We've decided we're going to take it from you. Yay! You know, all these years of renting, it's finally paying off. It was worth the wait.
Are you crazy? What makes you think I would give it up?
Because you're still single and all. Buying real estate is a bit arrogant, don't you think?
It's not any of your business, is it? It's a convenient location, and even if I do get married, the two of us can still live there. Or I could sell or rent it out, you know? Sure, I'm single, but I've always thought paying rent indefinitely is kind of a waste. Hence, I bought a house.
I get that, but really? A 3-bedroom is way too big, don't you think? If you get a boyfriend now and he finds out you're living in such a house, he might be intimidated. Is that what you want?
Again, it's none of your business. Please, just leave it.
I can't just leave it. A perpetually single sister-in-law is a cause for concern, you know. So we've decided to take it from you. It's for your own good, okay? I mean, seriously, a 1-bedroom would be fine, but a single woman in a 3-bedroom is too luxurious. Not only that, it's a beautiful house in a prime location. Way too extravagant for you.
Wait, do you already know the location? I did tell Mom that I bought a house, but I didn't tell her the details or the address. I haven't even told Brian, so how do you know?
Well, it was easy to find out once I started digging. Don't underestimate my network, okay? I did go inside the house and saw that not just the size, but even the interior is family friendly. I burst out laughing, you know.
What? You went inside? How did you get in?
I had no idea you wanted to get married that badly. Well, you're in your 30s now, so it's not unreasonable to feel a bit rushed. It's hilarious.
Please, answer my question. How did you manage to get inside? I'm away on a business trip right now. It's totally wrong to barge into my house without permission, you know?
Just popping by for a bit is fine, isn't it? We're family after all.
No freaking way. Even family members have privacy. Entering someone's house without permission while they're away? What you're doing is a crime.
Drama queen. Anyway, that house is gonna be mine from today.
What are you talking about? That's not gonna happen. Why should I give my newly purchased house to you?
Because I want it. Duh.
Anyway, how did you find out the location? I only told Mom about the purchase in the nearest station.
Oh, it's easy peasy. I knew there were lots of new houses being built around there. It's a developing residential area, you know.
Yeah, but...
So, I went to check out in person and look for your house.
Huh?
And then, I found it right away.
You're saying you found it without any info? Just by going there in person?
Yep, I knew the name of the complex, so it was easy. Even if it's a developing area, new constructions are limited, you know.
How did you figure out it was my house?
That's obvious, isn't it? Your front porch decoration is screaming your name. Anyone who knows you well can tell it's your house.
But I don't have a porch?
Quit lying. You're just desperate not to lose your new house. It's so obvious, you know.
Okay, so you found out where I live, but how did you get inside? I'm pretty sure I locked up properly when I left.
Well, there was this one window that was open. You might have thought you closed it up, but you're so sloppy.
A window?
Yep. Even burglars check windows first. If it was really a burglar, you'd be in big trouble now. You gotta be careful. Oh yeah, I remembered something. Your taste is seriously bad. The furniture you had there was so tacky, I couldn't believe it.
I've been feeling like something's off, but now I'm sure. Listen, Sabina, that's not my house. I haven't even bought furniture for the new place.
Why do you keep coming up with lame lies? Regardless of whatever lies you throw at me, we've decided we're gonna live there. I'll just get rid of that tacky furniture.
Seriously, take my advice and give up your crazy idea. I'm saying this for your own good. If you keep this up, you might get into serious trouble. Are you okay with that?
What are you talking about? You're embarrassing yourself, you know. I found a key inside the house, so I had a spare maid.
I'm telling you, that isn't mine. I think you're misunderstanding something. Please, don't sell the furniture or anything like that. Don't rush.
Oh, come on. You're so persistent. I get it. You don't want to let go of it. But seriously, it's a waste for you to live alone in such a beautiful and spacious house. There's even a big yard, and I'm thinking of growing veggies there. Think of it as for the sake of your only brother and kindly agree to give it up. Okay? No problem, isn't it? Please. Well, if that's settled, I've got a lot on my plate, so see ya.
Wait, Sabina? My name is Mia Reynolds. My brother's wife, Sabina, is beautiful, and my brother, Ryan, is head over heels for her. But from my perspective, I don't see what's so great about her. I mean, sure, she's lively and fun, but on the flip side, she's pretty self-centered and doesn't listen to anyone else's opinions. To be honest, I've never really clicked with her, but I never imagined she'd go this far and be so selfish. Sure, I indeed bought a property just like she says, but it's not the kind of house she described, with windows that can be easily broken into, tacky furniture, or a big yard. It seems like she's mistaken someone else's house for mine. I've told her multiple times that it isn't mine, but she just won't listen. If she keeps going like this unchecked, it might end up being irreversible. Since it's clear she won't listen to me, I'm thinking of asking Ryan to talk to her. Well, like I said earlier, he's head over heels for her, so I can't expect too much. Hey, Ryan, have you heard anything about moving from Sabina?
What's up, Mia, all of a sudden? I know about the move, of course.
What? You do? Then why don't you stop her?
Hey, what's wrong with you? Why would I need to stop her? We're moving as planned, you know?
Why, though? Have you lost your mind, too? She's trying to squat in a stranger's house. You gotta stop her.
You're the one losing your mind. What do you mean by squat? We're receiving it as a gift. Don't talk nonsense.
A gift? Who exactly gave it to you?
Her older sister.
She has an older sister? I had no idea. So, what do you mean by receiving it as a gift?
Apparently, she's a really busy person, currently traveling abroad and stuff. I've never even met her, but she's like a big shot career woman, you know? She's supposedly making a ton of money. So her income is insane, and she decided to buy Sabina a brand new house.
What? Even if she's making a lot, does it really make sense to you?
It's amazing, right? There are people out there raking in that much dough. I'm really grateful. But you know, I can understand how she feels.
What do you mean?
Sabina's just so stunning, and you just want to do anything for her, you know? I bet her sister feels the same way as I do.
Uh-huh.
Having such a beautiful wife and even getting a brand new house. I'm so darn happy, it's crazy. Hey, you should seriously consider getting married too, you know. Being alone must be lonely.
Mind your own business. Listen, I hate to burst your bubble, but that house is mine.
What are you talking about? I get it, you're jealous, but I'm not giving it up, okay?
It's not about that. What I'm saying is true. Believe me, will you? Technically, it's not my house. It's more like someone else's house that she thinks is mine.
What's gotten into you? Stop talking nonsense.
Basically, she's trying to take over the house I just bought. Just the house she mistakenly thinks is mine belongs to a total stranger. She sounded so eager to rush over there. She might end up getting arrested. You need to stop her.
Cut it out, will you? Do you dislike her or something? Stop saying such nonsensical things. Besides, you buying a house is a joke, right? You never mentioned a word about it, and aren't you still single?
Why won't you believe me?
Believing such nonsense would be crazy. Why are you so desperate to stop us from moving? It's useless to try.
But...
Well, we're planning to move by the end of this week.
Huh? That soon?
You see, I'm actually on a long business trip for about 2 weeks. I won't be able to come back this week either. So I told Sabina we should wait until I get back. But she just won't listen and insists on moving this week. If she's that excited about it, I figured it's fine even if I'm not there.
So, you won't be coming back for a while? You won't help with the move?
That's what I said. Honestly, I don't like leaving her to do it all alone, but if that's what she wants, there's nothing I can do about it.
Phew, that's good then. I absolutely wouldn't want you to become a criminal, but if it's just her alone, I won't intervene. It's none of my business.
Hey, what do you mean by criminal? Even though you're my sister, I won't allow you to talk about her like that.
You're usually so responsible, but how come you can't see clearly when it comes to her?
I love her that much. Even now, I'm constantly thinking about coming back to see her. What's wrong with that?
I see. You love her that much. In that case, I won't say anything more.
Hey, don't resent her just because you're jealous.
Jeez, you better ease up. Seems like it's pointless to say anything to you. You only see her the way you want. I'm done. Whatever happens, don't come crying to me.
Mia, what on earth is going on?
What now, Sabina?
You know, I've been busy with the move since this morning. And just now, I finally got a moment to relax on the couch with a cup of coffee after the movers left. Then suddenly, some strangers walked in and started screaming when they saw me. I'm the one who should be screaming, you know. And to top it off, they're threatening to call the cops. Who the heck are they?
I don't know. I can't believe you moved in there.
Of course. I always follow through on my plans. Forget that. Who are those people? I bet you sent them here because you don't want to give up the house, right? That's pointless. I'm definitely taking this house from you and living in it. If you can't accept it, try kicking me out.
I haven't done anything, and you can't live there, Sabina.
Why not? If you say you haven't done anything, then who are they?
Again, I don't know.
Stop playing dumb.
That's not the house I bought. It must belong to the family you just saw, not me. It's trespassing, so it's normal for them to call the police, right?
No way. Is that true? Am I trespassing?
I've told you many times before that it's not my house. You just didn't want to listen to what I said.
But what should I do then? Whose house is this? I'm locked in the bathroom right now, too scared to go out.
Never met them, so I don't know them either. But I guess they have the same taste as me, right?
See? You do know them after all. I remember seeing the same doormat and plants on a porch at your previous house.
Sabina, sorry to be blunt, but are you a moron?
What? You're so rude. How dare you call me a moron?
You heard from Mom that I bought a house, and you went looking for new houses that may be decorated to my taste, right?
Yeah, so?
How reckless and meaningless do you think that is? You're just assuming that the house you randomly found and decorated similar to my style is mine. It's ridiculous. I find it insane.
So, is this really not your house?
It's 100% no.
How can you be so sure?
The place you're in is a standalone with a yard, right? What I bought is an apartment on a high-rise. There's no way to break in through the window. I thought you'd end up being a criminal if I didn't stop you, so I tried many times. But you just didn't listen to me. I never thought you'd actually move. You threw away the furniture, huh? That's not just trespassing, it's vandalism too. It's a serious offense, you know.
Oh no, I didn't know. I thought it was your house. It's not my fault.
Are you serious? Let me be clear. Even if you had broken into my house, which you didn't, the result would have been the same. I would have reported you.
Why is this happening? Don't just blame me for everything. Ryan's just as guilty, you know. Are you okay with him being treated like a criminal? Of course not, right? Then help us out.
I can't help a criminal. Besides, he hasn't even stepped foot in that house, so he's not guilty.
Why not? He agreed to it too. I just handled the actual move.
Listen, I heard something from him.
What?
You lied to him, saying that it was a gift from your sister. He got deceived by you, so he's actually the victim.
But even so, he's head over heels for me, so he'll definitely sort this out.
Pretty confident, huh? Well, sorry to disappoint, but he says he's divorcing you.
There's no way that's true. He would never leave my side no matter what. He wouldn't betray me.
You're probably right if it was before today. You were the one who betrayed him first.
What are you talking about?
I know you've been cheating on him. You've been playing around with guys since before the marriage. I told him about the lies and the cheating.
Yeah, right. I never cheated. Stop making things up.
I'm not. It's the result of a proper investigation.
Investigation? Who are you?
I guess you haven't heard, huh? I'm a lawyer.
A lawyer? I didn't know that. Why didn't you tell me? Can lawyers dig up stuff like that?
It was a private detective who did the digging. We often work together, so I asked for his help. I had told Ryan to keep my occupation secret. I wanted to avoid being seen as uptight or being treated differently because of what I do.
Okay, I admit I've cheated before, but I'm truly sorry now and I've been faithful.
Don't underestimate the detective. There are recent photos too, you know. Going in and out of hotels with other men, kissing on the street, that sort of thing.
Oh no. I won't do it again, I promise. So please, don't tell Ryan.
It's too late for that. Didn't I say earlier that I already told him? He deeply loves you, you know. So if I just told him about it, I don't think he believed me. He had no choice but to believe the detective's report, whether he wanted to or not. He says he's divorcing you.
That can't be. He'd forgive me no matter what.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. He doesn't even want to see your face anymore.
No way.
He can't forgive your betrayal because you crushed his heart. His message to you is to communicate through me, his lawyer.
I don't want a divorce. Please, can't you do something?
I doubt it. There's nothing I can do about the divorce. But more importantly, do you understand the current situation?
Oh, right.
If a stranger is holed up in my bathroom, I wouldn't just stay quiet if I were the owner, you know.
Oh no, I hear the sirens. Looks like the police are here. What am I going to do?
You need to take responsibility and face the consequences. I guess the police will take care of things from now on, so I'll excuse myself.
Wait, Mia! Don't leave me. Help me, Mia!
I heard Sabina was taken away by the police and questioned. She escaped being locked up but was charged for the damages. Of course, Ryan filed for a divorce. He said he finally woke up after this incident. He apologized to me for not believing me. Sabina has ended up with a hefty amount of fine. She's been working tirelessly from morning till night, barely having any money left for herself, and living a very modest life. The other day, I happened to see her on the street. Her once proud beauty was nowhere to be seen, and she gained weight, maybe from the stress, which made me worried about her health. As for me, I'm enjoying living in the luxury apartment I fell in love with. Ryan seems to be lonely, so he's actively dating. And I've started going out with someone I met through work. It feels like a bright future is waiting for us siblings.
Hey! Yesterday you were walking with your husband at the mall, right? You guys seem to be getting along pretty well. You're still superficial, huh? What? What do you mean at the mall? I mean, who are you? Who indeed? Take a guess. I'll give you a hint. All of your boyfriends are mine in the end. No way, Lily. Bingo! I thought I blocked you 3 years ago. Why are you texting me? That's terrible. I can't believe you blocked your own sister. Mom and Dad have cut ties with me. When I asked for your contact information, they ignored me. I had to create a separate account just to be able to contact you. Besides, please call me sis like you used to. I don't want to do that. Why not? I don't think of you as my sister anymore. You took my husband away from me. I'll never forgive you. You're so cold. Are you still mad at me, Linda? It's been 3 years. Forget about the past. I can't believe you're still holding on to it. You're so vindictive. Lily, you seduced my husband when I wasn't looking. Anybody would be bitter if their life was ruined. And instead of showing any remorse, you're talking about it like it was some kind of achievement. I don't even want to think that such an insane person is my sister. Well, what can you do? It's your fault for letting your guard down. If you didn't want to lose your husband, you should have raised your game as a woman. Just because you're married doesn't mean you can take it easy. A nice girl like me will take him away. Well, in a way, I'm grateful to you. Before we were able to have kids, I realized that my ex-husband was the kind of scum who would fall for someone like you. Don't talk like that. It's natural for a man to choose a beautiful woman over an ugly one. But actually, you're not doing bad. After I took your husband, I thought you'd be so disappointed you'd abandon being a woman. But then you got a new husband and went on a date with him at the mall. Oh, you were talking about that earlier. I think you may have the wrong person. I haven't been to the mall. Maybe it's a lookalike. Don't lie, Linda. I saw it with my own eyes. There's no way I could have mistaken you and your husband. Husband? You know my husband? Of course I do. Roy, right? Roy? Yeah, I know him. Roy is so cool. He's a famous band member who tours overseas. Come on, Linda. You're pretty good for a dull girl in her twilight years, aren't you? I can't believe that in no time you're married to a super hot band member. I don't know what you're going on about, but Roy is... But I'm so sorry. Huh? I took Roy away from you. And you know what? I'm pregnant with his child. What? What do you mean? Didn't you get married to Alan who you stole from me? I did get married, right? But we broke up soon after. What? You're divorced already? It's not that surprising, is it? Divorces are nothing unusual nowadays. It's only natural for people to break up when their love has cooled off. When you say cooled off, in your case, you even stole my husband away from me to get married. That's how much you loved Alan, isn't it? Mom and Dad couldn't forgive you for stealing your sister's husband away from her. They even banned you from the house. Of course, I liked Alan at first. But after a year together, I got bored. Bored? When we were dating behind your back, it was fun and thrilling. But when he was all mine, it wasn't much fun. Alan was just an ordinary guy, you know. To be honest, it was boring to be with him. You ruined someone's family. You're such a terrible person. I'm so sorry. I used Alan like he was disposable. I should have returned him to you before throwing him away. No thanks. I don't even like Alan anymore. Yeah, I understand. You love your new husband Roy, don't you? But too bad. I got Roy for myself. I'm pregnant with the child of yet another husband I stole from you. I love being able to make your life miserable. That man is not my husband. Huh? What's wrong with you, Linda? It's just too much of a shock. You don't even know who your own husband is? No, he's really not my husband. But you were walking at the mall. I saw it perfectly. That's why I came up with the idea of contacting you. You didn't even know that you lost your husband to me, your sister, again. I wanted to tell the truth to my stupid sister who believed Roy's superficial attitude without knowing that she had lost her husband to me, again. I'm really a kind sister. So that's all wrong? Listen to people for a minute. You've just been rambling on by yourself. I really don't understand what you're talking about. I see. Poor Linda. Huh? You don't want to admit that your sister took your husband. That's why you're trying so hard not to face reality. I think I'm looking at reality though. By the way, where did you meet Roy? My friend invited me to a party and Roy was there. I hadn't seen you for years. I didn't even know whether you were married or not. At first, I just thought he was a really cool guy. But when I sat down next to him and talked to him, I got a big shock. He was your husband. I immediately went after him. Oh, I see. It's a small world, isn't it? I'm sorry. I'm always getting people precious to you. I'm sorry you have to struggle having a beautiful sister. But that's how the world works. The only reason for an ugly sister to exist is to give a man to her beautiful sister. You really are insane, aren't you? But more importantly, are you sure you're okay with Roy? There you go, being tough again. I'm sure your husband will divorce you sooner or later. So bow out gracefully. I have his child in me. I need him to be a good father for our family in the future. Be a good father, huh? You and Roy don't have a child yet, right? Give up on him and find another husband. You're already 31 years old. You're not going to be able to get another one soon if you keep waiting around. You know what? Lily, let me ask you something. Why do you think Roy was my husband? What? He told me himself. Roy? He said, Linda is my wife. But I'm your sister and I'm prettier, so he's switching. I see. That's why you lost to me. But anyway, there's no way you can beat me. If you want to hate me, hate yourself for being born ugly, not me. I've always wondered, why do you go after my boyfriends and husbands? Ever since we were students, whenever I had a boyfriend, you tried to steal him away. It was payback. What? Payback? Why do I have to get payback from you? What did I do wrong? Huh? You don't even know it? This is why I hate you so much. Okay, listen to me carefully. You've always been good at school and sports since we were a child. All the teachers liked you. I've always been compared to you, and it's always been frustrating for me. That's not my fault, is it? Why isn't it? You're an ugly girl, and yet you're treated so well because you're a little bit talented. I'm a beautiful woman who really deserves to be cherished, and I've been neglected. In other words, because of your existence, I was treated unfairly. I had a difficult childhood because of you, you know? Do you know how I felt? Do you understand how hard it was to be constantly compared and told that I wasn't as good as my sister? Yes, it may have been hard to be compared, but you always tried to take the easy route. You never put any effort into your studies or sports. You were always skipping school. I wasn't born with talent. I worked harder than anyone else, and that's how I got my results. There you go. You told me to work hard. That kind of honor student attitude pisses me off. What? What the heck? Don't take it out on me. Here, you're acting like an honor student again. That kind of attitude has been tormenting me. I've been a total failure at everything I do. The only thing I was better at than you was my face. I used my beauty as a weapon to steal your boyfriends. I'm so stunned. So you were competing with me for such a stupid reason. When I saw your frustrated face after you lost your boyfriend, I couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. You're a very black-hearted girl. But don't worry, I'm satisfied with having your husband's child. I'll end my revenge now. I want to get married before the baby is born. Linda, just admit defeat and divorce your husband. I'm not even married yet, and you're asking me to divorce him? Roy also wants to get divorced with you. He wants to be my husband for the sake of our unborn child. What a kind and family-oriented person. He's the singer of a famous band, has a high social status, and is kind to his family. He's too good for you. Just in case, I'm going to tell you something. I haven't been to the mall. Even if Roy was with a woman, it wasn't me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can't you accept reality yet? Roy and I love each other, and we are going to have a baby. You may not want to give up your hot husband, but we need to get married as soon as possible. Ugh. I heard from a friend that if you register a marriage after the baby is born, it's a hassle to get recognition and all that. I guess so. That's why I want you to leave your husband as soon as possible. In exchange, when the baby is born, you'll be the first one I tell. You don't have to call me. Don't be shy. You want to see pictures of the baby, don't you? I don't need to see them. Don't say that. It's me and Roy's baby. I'm sure he's going to be very cute. I'll send you lots of pictures. Please look forward to it. Linda, you're like a big sister sometimes, aren't you? What? What do you mean? You divorced him right away, didn't you? Thanks to you, Roy and I are now a married couple. That's great. To be honest, I was nervous about whether you would leave him before I had the baby. But you're so kind, Linda. Stepped down gracefully for your sister's sake. I'll pay you some compensation. I'm not divorced and I don't want compensation. What? Why are you lying now? Do you regret leaving him now? I didn't leave him. Are you trying to be tough again? Roy said he was single now. He's single because you divorced him, right? I'm sure of it. We were able to do all the paperwork at the municipal office for the marriage. If he was still married, we wouldn't have been able to do it. Since we were able to register the marriage, that means he got a divorce, right? You really got married to Roy? That's right. I think it's going to be pretty hard from here on out, but good luck. What? What do you mean pretty hard? He's a successful, top-notch band member. He's going on a 10-stop overseas tour this year and has fans all over the world. I'm going to have a celebrity life, not a hard one. Oh yeah, celebrity. That's why I can pay you as much as you want. Roy is the one paying though, not me. He said he's grateful to you for divorcing him so quickly. I'm sure he will pay it. I don't want compensation. Why not? I stole your husband away from you. You have the right to demand compensation from me. I think you're mistaken about that. Anyway, I can't accept it. Besides, I don't think Roy can afford it. What are you talking about? He's a world-famous artist. He can afford to pay you compensation. You don't have to be so stubborn. Well, if you ever need money, just let me know. You're divorced and on your way to poverty. You don't have to be shy. Okay. Newborn babies are really cute. Roy and I are in love. I wonder if it looks even cuter because it's the child of the husband who I stole from you. Linda, I know you're frustrated, but don't ignore me. Don't you have at least a word of congratulations for your sister? First of all, congratulations on the birth of your baby. Just to be clear once again, that man is not my husband. Huh? I haven't told you this yet because you've just been talking one-sidedly. I have a husband and a child. Of course, he's not Roy, he's someone else. You've already remarried? If you have a child, does that mean his child? How could you remarry so soon after I took Roy away from you? What kind of a trick did you use on him? Being ugly? That's not it at all. I got married to my current husband a year after Alan and I divorced. Our child is 1 year old now. Wait a minute. So, Roy really wasn't your husband? That's what I've been saying all along. But Roy said you were his wife. That's the problem, isn't it? He has a habit of telling lies. So, you're saying Roy was lying to me? It's true that after I divorced Alan, I started going out with Roy, who was introduced to me by a friend. But we were together only for a short time, and we broke up soon. Of course, we never got married. But that's not right. There's no reason for Roy to lie about being your husband. I don't know why either, but if I were to guess, he has a desire for me to be his wife. So maybe that's why he said that to you. What do you mean? When I broke up with Roy, he made a big fuss asking me not to leave him. He wanted to marry me. Even after we broke up, he followed me around for a while. After I started dating my current husband, he stopped chasing me. Oh no! So you're saying that I didn't steal your husband away? I'm afraid so. I was surprised. We had only been dating for a little over a month. I can't believe he called me his wife. I'm also horrified that Roy is still obsessed with me. Linda, you should have told me that earlier. I was so happy to think I'd succeeded in plundering you. But it's a good thing he's my ex-boyfriend after all. A conceited guy and a woman who steals her sister's husband. A crazy couple, and I think you're perfect for each other. This is not good. It's no fun if it's a guy who's already broken up with you. Well, let me ask you. So you're saying if you knew he wasn't my husband, you wouldn't have married him? No, that's not true. Because Roy is a famous band member. It's too bad he wasn't your husband. But anyway, I got a rich, handsome artist. I'm happy with that. No matter what you say, it doesn't change the fact that I'm now the wife of a celebrity. Not like you, who married a guy that just goes to a 9-to-5 office job. That's the thing. Lily, do you believe he's a famous band member? Wait, is that a lie too? Bingo! Roy probably said I'm a famous band member. Lily, have you ever been to one of his performances? Have you seen him on TV or on the internet? Well, I've never seen him on TV or online. But he plays in a rock band, which is a genre I don't usually listen to. It's not surprising that I don't know him. They're famous enough to tour overseas, but you don't know them. Then, what's the name of Roy's band? Have you ever looked them up on the internet or something? I don't know the name of his band. He said he doesn't want to tell me because he's embarrassed. Well, I'm sure that would be embarrassing. They're a bottom-of-the-barrel band that doesn't sell. What? Bottom of the barrel? What do you mean? They say there are times when there are no people at their live shows. Even when they upload their songs to video sites, the number of views is always in the single digits. What? So he's not a famous band member, but a self-proclaimed band member. He's actually a poor part-timer. A part-timer? Did you really think Roy was a famous band member? Because Roy, he's practicing his singing hard. On the contrary, he's doing nothing but practicing, right? I broke up with him because he was intent on becoming a freeloader. A freeloader? He kept saying he would be famous someday. It's fine to have a dream. But in reality, he's a part-timer living off his parents' money. Even if it's a part-time job, it's fine if you're earning enough to feed yourself. But in Roy's case, he has no intention of becoming independent. He wanted to marry me, but I didn't want to support a dreamy freeloader. Wait a minute. So he married me because he wanted me to support him? Probably. After all, you are a full-time employee. He said if he got married, he wouldn't have to work. And then he could devote himself to the band. And since we're on the subject, if I know Roy, I'm sure he has other women out there. Huh? He is a liar, a freeloader, and a cheater. He's really beyond help. He was two-timing me while we were together. You said before that you saw me and him at the mall, right? That means he was at the mall with a woman other than me. You said they seemed pretty friendly, right? That means... Oh no, you're terrible, Linda. Why me? If you had told me about Roy's true identity at first, I wouldn't have gone after him. I warned you at first, remember? I told you to think about what was going on because I wasn't the one at the mall. How am I supposed to know if you talk like that? You should have said it more clearly. Why do I have to go out of my way to make it clear? I told you I will never forgive you for stealing my husband. I've already been more than nice enough to you. Besides, you married him because you like the handsome Roy, right? You should support him even if he is a freeloader. It's true that Roy is handsome, but being good looking alone is not enough to make a living. I just had a baby and I can't support my husband by myself. I don't know if it's too late for that. Either you do your best to make some money or get Roy to work too. You and your husband should work diligently and become real people. If you're having a baby, I think it's a good opportunity for you to change. I don't want to. I thought I stole a handsome celebrity husband, but he's a freeloading, cheating part-timer. I'm really sad that my sister tricked me and put me in this situation. I knew your existence was what made me unhappy. I'll take your husband away from you even now. I don't think that's possible. What do you mean? We're living overseas. What? Overseas? My company is going to open a new overseas branch. I was chosen as a member of the startup team, and my whole family moved with me. The apartment we're moving to is very secure. I don't think you would ever make it in. Oh no! Oh, this is horrible, Linda! Please, come and help me! What am I going to do now? Don't ask me. Well then, good luck taking care of your baby and your husband. Lily questioned Roy about the band and his affair, but got into a big fight with him. But she still couldn't break up with him because they have a child, so they are continuing their relationship. Roy is still pursuing his dream of being in a band and not working, and Lily is supporting the family on her own. Roy is tired of Lily and is having an affair, and the family is on the verge of collapse. I live with my husband, I'm busy setting up the overseas branch and supporting our lovely daughter. I don't think Lily will ever mess with us again. I will be able to live in peace.
Honey, didn't you say you'd be home early today? Did you suddenly get overtime?
Oh, hey. I'm having so much fun that I totally forgot to text you.
What do you mean?
I'm at a gentleman's club right now with some coworkers.
A gentleman's club?
Just so you know, it's not like I'm cheating or anything, okay? This is just a normal part of work socializing, though I guess you wouldn't get that.
It's not like I don't understand. If it's for work, I get that it's somewhat unavoidable. Just don't go overboard, okay? Don't spend too much money either.
Jeez, you're so uptight. Don't you get that constantly talking about money brings down the mood?
But remember that time you got wasted at a strip club and ended up spending a few thousand in one night?
That was a long time ago. Look, I know I messed up back then, so stop bringing up the past all the time. Seriously, it's totally bumming me out.
Sorry.
Oh, look. Candy, the top girl from the club, finally showed up.
What?
Unlike you, she's actually stunning and caring. The best.
Wait, what? Sounds like you've been there often.
Shut up. I'm not gonna respond anymore. Stop bothering me.
Can you at least tell me what time you'll be back?
How would I know that? I'm trying to have a good time with my coworkers here, and all you do is ruin it with your nagging. Seriously, you're such a buzzkill. Always worrying about money.
Buzzkill?
I'm muting notifications now. Later.
Honey? Seriously, you're already home, right? You're not still out with your coworkers just because today's your day off, right? I had stuff to do this morning, so I left early. But you weren't even back yet. What the heck are you thinking?
Ugh, seriously, you're annoying. Who do you think you are? We're practically strangers at this point. I don't need to tell a stranger like you what time I'll be back, do I?
What are you talking about?
It means exactly what it sounds like. Haha. We're getting divorced.
Huh?
Actually, before I went out with my coworkers, I went to the county clerk's office and submitted the divorce papers.
Divorce papers?
You probably didn't notice 'cause you're slow, but I've been talking to the attorney. One of my coworkers I went out with is a divorcee and referred me to him.
I'm not asking about that. I didn't sign any papers, did I?
I know. I signed for both of us. Hahaha.
Wait a sec. That's illegal. Do you understand that? Didn't your coworker with a divorce experience tell you that signing on someone's behalf is a crime?
A crime? That's way too dramatic.
No, seriously. It could lead to jail time, you know.
Are you kidding? It was my idea. My coworker doesn't know. Seriously, no way. You're just being overdramatic. I want a divorce from you, so I filed the papers. What's wrong with being honest about my feelings? If anything, it's a good thing. There's no way it would lead to jail time.
I'm starting to get a headache. Can't you stop being so conveniently delusional? Talking to you is exhausting.
Jeez, don't act all high and mighty. Seriously, who do you think you are?
Whatever. You're not gonna change anyway. I've been considering divorcing you for a while now.
There it is. Can't stand to lose, huh? I mean, your pride is off the charts. You're shocked about me wanting a divorce, but claiming you've been considering it too? It's so obvious it's a lie.
It's not a lie. It's the truth. Honestly, I've been regretting marrying such an idiot like you. You hid your true self until we got married. As soon as we tied the knot, it came out, and I've been thinking about divorce ever since.
Oh yeah, sure. Nice way to save face.
If that's what you want to believe, go ahead.
Why do I have to be labeled as an idiot by you? It pisses me off. Whatever. It seems like you're consenting to the divorce anyway. I'll turn a blind eye to the details. I'm such a decent guy. So the divorce is decided between us now. Pack your bags and get out ASAP. Got it?
Why do I have to leave?
God, isn't it obvious? We're splitting now, you know? Just get out already. Well, I'm not going to be unreasonable and demand you to leave today. You should be grateful. I'll give you until tomorrow. That's plenty of time, right? Get your stuff packed up and out of the apartment by tomorrow. Got it?
I'm asking why I have to move out. You're the one who brought up divorce, right? Then why don't you just leave?
I like that apartment, you know? Because you're so irritating, we're ending up divorced. So obviously, it's you who should leave, right?
It's you who's pushing for a split.
Shut up. This is settled. Out by tomorrow. Got it? If I see any of your stuff there tomorrow night, I'm throwing it all out. I'll even change the locks so you can't get back in.
Why do you have to be so extreme? You're being way too selfish.
Just get out. What I decide is final. Got it?
Fine. I'll leave, okay?
Jeez, finally.
I can finally get rid of a selfish jerk like you. So yeah, I'm out of here.
Darn you. You always say one word too many. Considering I married a penniless and gloomy person like you, you should be grateful. But you act all high and mighty every single day thinking you're so great. Who do you think you are to talk like that when I'm the one providing for you?
Jeez, I've never acted all high and mighty. Besides, I work full-time too, so what do you mean by providing for me?
See? That's what I'm talking about. You always talk big. You have the nerve to act all cocky even though you make less than me. Once I divorce you, you'll definitely struggle to keep afloat. I won't help you out no matter what.
It's pretty impressive how you can be so delusional in a way.
Anyway, you better be out by tomorrow night. Understood?
Got it.
Hey Kim, it's been a while. Has it really been 2 years already? Time flies, huh? Hey, reply to me. I can see the double ticks, so I know you're reading my messages, you know?
What do you want?
God, you're being way too cold to your ex-husband. Obviously, I'm contacting you for a reason. I'm glad your number hasn't changed.
Steven? Long time no see. I didn't expect you to reach out, so I've just forgotten to block you. So what do you want?
You haven't changed a bit. Well, forget about that. More importantly, I found out your huge secret. So I thought maybe we could get back together.
What secret? And what do you mean by getting back together?
You're probably still hung up on me, right? Still single and all? Considering your age, there's no way you found a guy who'd take you. So me being kind-hearted, I'm offering to take you back. Aren't you happy? Show some gratitude.
What's gotten into you? What secret are you talking about? And how does that relate to anything?
Of course it does. You're actually loaded all along, right? I had no idea. I always thought your family was poor. Your parents always wore shabby clothes and stuff. They didn't seem to go out much either.
Calling them shabby? That's just rude. They're not interested in fashion, and they prefer staying at home. That doesn't mean they're poor.
But they always looked poor to me. So I fell for your deception. Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Deception? I don't follow.
Your grandpa owned multiple properties, right? He was well known locally and wealthy. And when he recently passed away, you got a huge inheritance, right? I heard it was around 5 million.
Where did you hear such a thing?
There's a guy in my office who's from the same area as your grandpa. Apparently he was close to him and attended the funeral. He said your grandpa was wealthy, kind, and a remarkable person. So I was listening closely and was truly surprised when I found out he was your grandpa.
I see. So you contacted me for my money.
So what if I did? Don't worry, I'll treat you well. Ever since I found out you're loaded, I suddenly find you adorable. So marry me again and have my kid.
Suddenly telling me to have a kid with you? That makes no sense. You never once mentioned wanting kids when we were married.
I suddenly want one. Because if we have a kid together, I'll be the father of an heir to a wealthy family, solidifying my position. Will you have my child?
I gave birth 3 days ago.
What? What are you talking about? How can you have a baby when we haven't even met up yet? Are you so infatuated with me that you dreamt you got pregnant?
You're always conveniently delusional. I got married a year ago. the child is with my new husband.
You've got to be kidding me. That's obviously a lie. You're just trying to make me jealous, aren't you?
Talking to you is just pointless. My husband is right here and he wants to talk to you, so I'm passing him the phone.
Huh? Hi, this is her husband, Robert. Seriously? I'm the one marrying her. Don't get in the way. You're Steven, right? That's right. You're her ex-husband, and you're the one who filed for divorce, right? So what? She loves me. It's over between you two. That's not the case at all. Marrying you was a mistake. She's been telling me she wished she'd met me sooner. Don't lie to me. I'm not lying. Just put her back on the phone. Why are you intervening out of nowhere? You've heard earlier, right? She just gave birth 3 days ago. She's physically and emotionally exhausted. That's why I'm handling this. And after chatting with you, you seem exactly as she described. There's no point in contacting her in the future. I'll handle everything. What? This is her phone, isn't it? That shouldn't be allowed, right? I have her permission to communicate with you on her behalf. As her husband, of course, I'll protect her from someone trying to cause trouble. Someone trying to cause trouble? Are you kidding me? Who's the one kidding around here? Suddenly reaching out and telling her to have your child isn't something a sane person does. Then tell me where you live. I'll come over and talk to her directly. You're seriously a fool, aren't you? You shouldn't expect me to tell you that. As I said before, she needs to rest. Enough! If you're gonna act like that, know that I've got plans too. Just wait and see. Kim, it's me, Steven. What the heck is going on? Kim, there's something I need to ask you. Please answer the phone. It's you again, Steven. What do you want? Wait, are you... Could it be? This is Robert. It's you again? Put Kim on the phone. I told you before, no matter how many times you contact her, I'll handle it. I know, but there's no way that's acceptable, right? I don't need your approval. So what's the matter? I tried to submit your divorce papers a couple of days ago. Huh? But I was just notified that they weren't accepted. What's going on? We're the ones who wants to know what's going on. We have no intention of getting a divorce. And of course, we didn't fill out any divorce papers. Did you forge our signatures like 2 years ago? Kim didn't press charges, so you got away with it, but what you're doing is a crime. You're not learning anything from what she told you, are you? Are you even listening to me? They weren't accepted. Did you do something? As soon as your divorce was finalized, I was planning to remarry her. It's a good thing I informed the court's office ahead of time, just in case something like this happens. Inform the court's office? It prevents fraudulent divorce or marriage registrations without the person's knowledge. It seems that there are others like you who submit these documents without permission. Since she has considerable assets, I thought there might be some shady characters trying to get close to her for her money. I never thought it would be you again. Jeez, what have you done? You still don't seem to understand your position. What position? As I said before, what you're doing is a crime. If we press charges, you could end up with a criminal record. No way. Press charges? That's an overreaction. You wouldn't do that, would you? It's not an overreaction at all. You're just doing that much. But if you promise not to interfere with us anymore, I won't make a big deal out of it. But that's gonna screw me over. Huh? Please, I'll make sure she and the child are happy. Please, just get a divorce. Come on, there's no way I could grant such a request. I know you're only getting close to her for her money. If you cause any more trouble, I'll seriously file a police report. Please don't. What's wrong with getting close to her for her money? I have a debt of $60,000 right now. I borrowed it from a pretty shady place too. If I don't repay it now, things are gonna get really bad. Think of it as a charity and divorce her. I heard you lacked a part of the brain, but I didn't realize you were this much of a fool. Why did you borrow such a large sum of money? That's none of your business. Why do I have to be labeled as an idiot by you two? Well, you don't have to tell me. Anyways, I have absolutely no intention of divorcing her or giving up custody of our child. Don't contact us ever again. If you try to reach out even once after today, I'll report it to the police immediately. Keep that in mind. Please, at least let me talk to her. There's no need for that. She feels the same way as I do. I won't hesitate to spend money to protect her from you. Whether it's through legal means or whatever it takes, I'm prepared. That's insane. Well, you understand now, right? Just give it up already. You wanted the divorce yourself, so wanting to remarry now is beyond ridiculous. Deal with your own debt issues. Well then, bye. Seriously? Darn it. This isn't how it was supposed to go.
My husband handled everything in my place, which was a huge relief. I had told him all about my ex-husband's insanity, so he decided he didn't want me involved anymore. Marrying a kind and dependable man was the best decision ever. Honestly, I'm not hurting for money, so just to be safe, I hired a private investigator to look into my ex-husband. Turns out, that supposed $60,000 debt he mentioned was casually from blowing it all on his favorite dancer, Candy, at the Gentlemen's Club. I never realized he was that foolish, just like my husband said. He was planning to reconcile with me to somehow pay off that debt. But when his plan failed, he resorted to trying to marry into money through dating sites. That's never gonna work out for him. Since he borrowed money from some pretty shady people, it's only a matter of time before debt collectors come knocking on his door. None of this concerns me, though. After my husband warned him that he'd file a police report if he ever contacted me again, it seems he finally got the message and gave up. Now, I can focus on nursing our newborn baby, and every day feels like pure bliss.
Hey, lend me some money. I need $5,000. Huh? What's with that cheeky attitude? Laura? That's right. Long time no see. I wonder if my ugly aunt is still going strong and is as ugly as ever. I'm the same as ever. I'm telling you, I won't lend you any money. I don't know what you're going to spend $5,000 for. It's probably going to be some bullshit again anyway. Huh? Your cute niece is asking for it. What a horrible thing for an ugly aunt to say. Don't call me that. All right, Aunt Lily. Well, okay. I don't mean to be offensive. I'm your aunt after all. Then I'll call you Aunt Lily. You're so picky about details. You're ugly and you have a bad personality. You're really irredeemable. You should learn from me. I'm cute and have a good personality. Good personality? How can you say that? You haven't forgotten what you did 3 years ago, have you? Huh? What did I do? Stop pretending. Oh, I remember now. Despite being an ugly bitch, you married a handsome man. I took him away from you. I'm glad I wasn't stupid enough to forget that much. But I told you at that time, I'll never forgive you. Don't ever contact me again. Did I? Yes, I did. And now you want me to give you $5,000? Do you think I'm stupid? You're so cold. It's been 3 years. Forget about the past. Your niece is in trouble. Why can't you at least help me? I don't consider you my niece. You took my husband away from me. You may have forgotten, but I'll never forget. I can't help it. It's your fault for letting your guard down. If you don't want to lose your husband, you better make sure to take good care of yourself as a woman. Just because you're married doesn't mean you can afford to be careless. A nice girl like me will take him away from you. Well, I'm grateful to you in a way. Before we had a baby, I found out my ex-husband was a man who would go for a slut like you. I couldn't believe he chose to be with you, even after he found out you like to hire escorts. I was speechless. Don't talk like that. It's natural for a man to choose a pretty girl over an ugly one. It's a miracle that an ugly woman like you was able to marry a handsome husband, even for a moment. Anyway, I won't give you any money. Don't ever contact me again. Goodbye. Oh, wait a minute. You can't abandon me that easily. You don't look like you're in any kind of trouble. You're just saying that you ran out of money to spend on escorts, aren't you? No, that's not it. I'm actually pregnant with a baby. Wow, congratulations. Aren't you surprised? Not really. Whose baby do you think it is? It's my ex-husband Harry's child, isn't it? No, it's not. Harry and I broke up a long time ago. What? You divorced already? It's not that surprising, is it? Divorces are nothing unusual nowadays. It's natural to break up when love cools off. You say cooled off so casually. You stole my husband from me and got married. I thought you loved him. You were foolish enough to steal my husband. You were cut off from all your relatives and even banned from your parents' house. And now you're divorced? Of course I liked Harry at first. But after a year together, I got bored. Bored? When we used to date without your knowing, it was fun and thrilling. But now that everyone knows about our relationship, the thrill is gone. Harry is just an ordinary guy you can find anywhere. To be honest, he was boring to be with. He had a good-looking face, though. But I found a cooler guy. You messed up my family. You're such a bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I treated Harry as disposable. Instead of dumping him, I should have returned him to you. No thanks. I don't even like Harry anymore. So you have a new husband now? I'm not married yet. What? You're okay with having a baby when you're not married? I'm trying to avoid that. I'm thinking I'll have to get registered soon. My boyfriend, who is the father of my baby, he wants to marry me too. So, I want you to give me $5,000 as a congratulatory gift. I refuse. Why should I give money to someone like you? I'm not going to get involved in any congratulatory gifts or weddings or anything like that. I'm ending this thread right now. No. What? Aunt Lily, here's the thing. Huh? Who do you think fathered the child? Your escort, right? No. Escorts are for fun. If I'm going to get married, it has to be with someone who has something more to offer me. I'll give you a hint. It's the guy closest to you. Who's that? Robert! Robert? Robert, I stole your husband again. My husband? Robert, your husband, right? Robert is so cool. He's a famous painter. You know, You're doing pretty well for an ugly woman in her 30s, huh? I can't believe you got married to a super handsome artist. But he's too good for you, so I stole him. You know, Robert is not my husband. I see. You poor thing. Huh? You don't want to admit that your niece took your husband. That's why you're trying so hard to distract yourself from reality. He's really not my husband. I don't know what you're getting yourself mixed up in. You're so desperate, it's hilarious. Yes, I wanted to see you flustered like that. That's why I went to all the trouble of taking your husband away from you. What? What do you mean? I hate you so much. My mom is the eldest of 5 sisters. You're her youngest sister, and you're just 6 years older than me. We were raised like sisters. I've always hated you because you're ugly, but you always had boyfriends, and you're always being pampered by the whole extended family. You're just an old hag after all. They treated me like a little sister and always told me to learn from you. I'm such a pretty girl, but because of your presence, I wasn't adored. It was really painful. To top it all off, all my relatives sided with you. Everyone ganged up on me and kicked me out. Our relatives cut you off because you stole my husband. Even before that, they were angry at you because you played around and didn't study hard. You were yelled at for spending your parents' money on escorts since you were in college. You went to college and ate with my parents' money. What's the difference between that and my escorts? Huh? Escorts and talking to boys are part of my daily life. It's like eating and sleeping. And yet, I was the only one scolded, and you were treated so nicely. I really didn't understand, so I used my beauty as a weapon to steal your husband. I'm so stunned. So you hate me for such a stupid reason. When I saw the look of frustration on your face, I felt a sense of accomplishment. You're such a black-hearted person. I'm going to take everything from you because I hate you so much. You don't deserve to be happy. I want to get married before the baby is born. I want you to admit defeat and divorce your husband. You don't have any children yet, right? Give up on him and find another husband. You're already 34 years old. You lose your chance to get a husband if you don't move on. Oh, and don't forget the congratulatory gift of $5,000. You are telling me to divorce even though we are not married in the first place? You're being so bossy again. Let me ask you something. Why did you think he was my husband? What? Robert said so himself. Robert? He said, Lily is my wife, but her niece is prettier than her, so he said he's switching. How did you meet Robert? I met him by chance when I was out having drinks. He was there too. I was looking at him and thought he was really cool. He came up to me. I sat down next to him and we talked. And it turned out he was your husband. I was so surprised that you got married again. I was also surprised to hear that he is a handsome painter. I immediately went for him. Oh, I see. When the baby is born, I'll be the first to tell you. You don't have to call me. Don't hold back. You want to see pictures of the baby, don't you? I don't need to see them. Don't say that. It's our child. It's going to be a beautiful baby. Your ex-husband and niece are getting married. So of course, you'll give a congratulatory gift, right? In exchange, I'll send you lots of pictures. Look forward to it. Hey, have you sent the $5,000 yet? You divorced Robert, so that means you're willing to send me money, right? Huh? I don't understand a single thing you're saying. What are you talking about? You divorced your husband right away, didn't you? Thanks to that, Robert and I married immediately. That's great. Now all you have to do is wire me the money. When do you think that will be? What are you talking about? I'm not leaving my husband, and I'm not going to give you any money. Are you being stubborn like that again? Robert said you're single now. You're single because you divorced him. So you really married Robert. That's right. Don't you want to congratulate us? We're waiting for the $5,000. I don't feel like celebrating. I mean, I don't think you should be celebrating either. Huh? You may have to work hard from now on, but good luck. What do you mean? Robert's a successful, top-notch painter. He's not going to have a hard time. He's going to be a celebrity. Celebrity. If you ever need help with money, just let me know. You are divorced and hard times are ahead of you. Don't hesitate to ask us for help. Then you don't need a gift, do you? Why are you taking advantage of me? I just want to annoy you, of course. I'm going to take more money from you. You poor woman who lost her husband to me. I'm going to rip you off even more. I'm having fun just imagining it. Huh. Hey, when are you going to pay me? I gave birth already and have not received any money. Our cute little boy looks just like Robert. Congratulations on the birth. Just to be clear once again, I'm not going to give you any money. That man is not my husband. Huh? I haven't told you this for a long time because you've been doing a monologue. I have a husband and a child. Robert is not my husband. What? You already got remarried? You and Robert just got divorced. Could it be that you had a lover? If you have a child, does that mean the other person is someone with a child? No, don't compare me to a scumbag like you. I married my current husband 1 year after Harry and I divorced. Our child is 1 year old now. You're lying. Robert is not your husband? That's what I've been saying all along. But he said you're his wife. He's in trouble, isn't he? He has a habit of telling lies. It's true that after I divorced Harry, I started going out with Robert. He was introduced to me by a friend. But we were together only for a short time and we broke up immediately. Of course, we never got married. So, you're saying I didn't steal your husband? Unfortunately, that's what it means. But why did Robert lie about you being his wife? It's a disgrace for a man to be married to such an ugly woman. Could it be because of his pride? Maybe he thought if he said he was my husband, it would give him an advantage. What do you mean? What good would it do him if he was your husband? You don't know what kind of person Robert is, do you? Huh? Robert used to work for a big IT company, T Corporation. He was fired for embezzling company money. It was all over the news, but maybe you didn't know about it. What? What's that? Ever since I've been dating him, we've never had the same values when it comes to money. It's a good thing I left him as soon as I did. I would have thought that if you married him, you would have known about it and accepted him for who he was. But you didn't know. That's a lie. There's no way Robert is a criminal. I mean, that still doesn't explain why you are not his wife. That's because I work for E Corporation, which is a major company along with T Corporation. E Corporation is the very famous cell phone carrier. Yes, that's right. Robert was fired from T Corporation for embezzlement. But if an employee of E Corporation, a bigger company, was his wife, I guess he thought it would be a good opportunity to make a name for himself. Wait, So both you and your real husband work for E Corporation? Then that means you both make a lot of money, right? Well, sort of. I think we make more than most people our age. No way! No way! I don't believe that! I was so happy thinking I'd successfully snatched him away. And now this! This is terrible! But Robert is my ex-boyfriend, so that's good. It's not good! It's boring to be with a guy you've already broken up with. Let me ask you something. If you knew Robert wasn't my husband, you wouldn't have married him? No, that's not true, because Robert is a famous painter. It's too bad he wasn't your husband. I honestly don't want to believe that he was fired from T Corporation for embezzlement, but I'm willing to forget about that. Now he's a rich, good-looking artist, and he's very talented. He can make so much money that his salary at his previous job is nothing. That's the thing. Laura, you believe he's a famous painter? Wait, maybe that's a lie too? Bingo. Robert probably said I'm a famous painter. Laura, have you seen his paintings? Well, I've never seen any of his paintings. Then I suggest you search for his full name on the internet right now. He's so good at putting his childish and bizarre drawings on his website because no one is looking at them. And while you're at it, take a look at the online news reports from the time of the embezzlement. What? So he's not a famous painter. He's a self-proclaimed painter. He's actually a poor freelancer. A freelancer? You don't seriously think Robert is a professional painter? Because Robert spends all his time drawing pictures on his computer. Plus, even though he's called a freelancer, he just stays holed up at home. That's proof that you can make a living from painting. You can make any amount of money on the web nowadays. But if you look at Robert's website, you'll see that he hasn't sold a single painting. Maybe he can't go outside because he's afraid of meeting T Corporation employees. You think you're fine with earning some pocket money for yourself. Wait a minute. So the whole reason Robert married me was so that I could provide for him? Probably. Ask him for details. Oh no, you're terrible! Why me? If you had told me about Robert's true identity first, I wouldn't have gone after him. Even if I told you, you're going to have a baby soon. I can't tell you you shouldn't go for Robert. Besides, you married Robert because you think he's handsome, right? It's true, he's handsome. But handsome alone is not enough to make a living. I just had a baby and I can't support my husband by myself. And he has a history of being fired for embezzlement. I don't want to live with such a scumbag. I thought you were going to forget about that. You're a regular at escort clubs, so don't act all high and mighty. Why don't you just accept that Robert is a bum? I think you two are perfect for each other. I've got an idea. Lily, let's trade husbands. Huh? I'll give you Robert. Give me your husband. What? It's not fair that you and your husband both work for E Corporation. If I get a husband who works for E Corporation, it will balance things out, won't it? What nonsense. Your husband is not a thing. Don't tell me you'll trade him easily. You were so preoccupied with stealing my husband to see Robert's true nature. You chose Robert of your own free will. Now that you have a child, please be happy with Robert. That's impossible. I can't be happy with a dreamy freelancer. Then at least give me some money. I haven't received the congratulatory gift of $5,000 yet. I never said I'd give you that from the start. Well then, good luck with the baby and taking care of your husband. Wait a minute! Lily! Lily! Don't abandon me! Help me! After that, Laura seemed to have sought help from her parents and relatives. She was cut off from all of them for stealing my husband before, so no one could help her. Robert's parents and relatives also seemed to have cut off ties with Robert during the embezzlement case. They could rely on nobody. Moreover, after that, Robert found out about her paying for escorts, and they had a big fight. Laura makes fun of Robert's paintings, and the bond between the couple fell apart. Well, they got what they deserved, didn't they? Their 2 children are innocent of any wrongdoing, so that's my concern. There's talk of some relatives possibly taking care of the children. Those 2 people ought to take responsibility for their actions. Joy? Where are you? What's wrong? I'm in the family parlor. There's something I really need to tell you. It's my husband's funeral today. Can we talk later? No. I have to clear this up today. Huh? About Victor's inheritance. Huh? Wait a minute. We don't need to be discussing his inheritance during the funeral. You're just using that as an excuse. If you think you're gonna keep his inheritance all to yourself, you've got another thing coming. Huh? When my brother and I were still students, our parents passed away. We've been taking care of each other since. Unfortunately, my brother had an accident and died young. He worked for a big company before he died. He should have left me a lot of money so that I, his sister, could live in peace and comfort. He was a good boy who loved his sister. Did you really think that you would get the inheritance? Of course I did. I'm Victor's sister. The heir to the estate is supposed to be the spouse. Huh? Don't be mistaken. I know what I'm talking about. You were on the verge of divorcing Victor. Yes, we were on the verge of divorce, but... Then you're as good as a stranger. Victor has no children and his parents are dead. All the inheritance is mine. But, do you know why we were going to get a divorce? Huh? It was because of you, wasn't it? It was because you weren't a very good wife, and he got fed up with it, right? I was always against my brother's marriage. I didn't want him to marry someone so arrogant like you. I wanted him to marry a good wife that would take care of him and love him. And yet, poor Victor, to go to the other side married to such a useless person, it really is just too bad. I know you didn't think much of me as a sister-in-law. I've been aware of it for a long time. But there was another reason why we were discussing divorce. No, there wasn't. Of course it's all your fault. You made my sweet little brother unhappy. There's no way I'm letting you have my brother's assets. Oh, is that so? All right, then get out of the house today. Huh? Why? It's a matter of course, isn't it? The house you lived in with Victor was the house he built. My brother's house is as good as my house as his sister. I'm going to live there from now on. Pack up your stuff and leave. What? You're going to live there? That's right. What's wrong with living in your own house? What about your husband? Is your husband going to move in with you? My husband is away on business and won't be back for quite a while. That's why he couldn't attend the funeral today. Oh, really? Anyway, the apartment I'm living in is small and old. It's far from the city and very inconvenient. But your place is still new and clean, right? Huh? Actually, I've always wanted to live in that house. I'm so lucky to get it as an inheritance for free. You sound pretty happy, considering your brother just died. That's rude. How can I be happy? He was my only living relative. But there's no point in dwelling on it forever. I'm his sister and I'm going to live in the house he built for me. I'm sure he'll be happy in heaven. Well, you can't live in my house. What? What are you talking about? You were on the verge of divorce. You didn't plan to continue living in that house even after Victor passed away, did you? Even if Victor were still alive, you were planning to move out sooner or later, right? Well, sure, that's true. Then there's nothing wrong with me living there, is there? Joy, you should pack up your stuff and leave as soon as the funeral is over. Oh, but please leave behind anything of value. You're not getting anything bought with Victor's money. Huh? Well, the end of this month is the last day anyway. I don't mind leaving. Huh? Last day? I'll talk to the real estate agent, but you'll have to vacate the house by the end of this month too. I'm sure it'll give you enough time to soak in a few memories of Victor. Well then, I'm busy, so I'll leave you now. Huh? What do you mean by the end of this month? Well, that's okay. Either way, I'm getting Victor's house. I'll have to get ready to move in as soon as the funeral's over. Joy! Thank you for moving out of the house so quickly. I love the spaciousness of a house. Hey, what do you think you're doing? You just come bursting into my house late at night, forcibly kicking me out? What's wrong with you? What? It's your fault for breaking your promise. I told you to leave right after the funeral. That's something you just can't do right away. The funeral just ended. There's still many things to do. If you make too much noise, you'll disturb the neighbors. I'll stay at the business hotel tonight. Why don't you just move in somewhere else? This will be my home. As I said before, I can't live in that house for a long time. Yes, you're just saying whatever. You're trying to get rid of me, but it's not going to happen. No, what I'm saying is... Okay, listen to me. You have nothing to do with me or Victor anymore. You're an eyesore just by being near me. I want you to quickly pack up your things and get out of my sight. I understand. I'll be staying at my parents' house for now. Joy! What in the world is going on? Answer the phone! Sorry, I was on the bus. Hey, I'm in trouble! What is it? A real estate agent just came to the house, and he wants me to vacate as soon as possible. He said if I don't leave, he'll sue me for squatting. Oh, by the way, today is the end of the month. Don't tell me you're still staying at that house. Well, I told you, didn't I? The end of this month is the day I have to move out. I told you to vacate the house by the end of this month. But I never knew that this house was in your name, and I can't believe it had already been sold. Oh, I knew Victor didn't tell you that much. Maybe he was going to tell you after everything was done. Hey, what in the world is going on? I haven't been told anything. This house didn't belong to Victor? After Victor passed away, I thought I could get rid of you and live here. Too bad. You're the one who's leaving. Huh? You heard that Victor and I were just about to get divorced. What's that about? I don't think it has anything to do with the name. Actually, it does. The reason I wanted a divorce is because Victor cheated on me. Huh? Victor cheated on you? You're lying. Victor wasn't the kind of guy that would cheat on his wife. I'm sorry, but it's true. So I was going to ask for compensation for the affair. But he said he couldn't pay because he didn't have any money. Oh no! Victor worked for a big company and must have had a good amount of savings. Yes, he used to have a good amount of savings. But because he spent so much on his lover, his savings was almost gone. Gone? That's right. His girlfriend kept asking him to buy her brand name bags and accessories. He even lied to me about going on a business trip and went on an overseas trip with her. Up to about a year ago, we had around $300,000 in savings, but now it's less than $1,000. 300,000 went to 1,000? By the way, it wasn't just his money. It was also money that he went ahead and took out of our joint account. In other words, he took money that he shouldn't have without my permission. To be honest, I would want the money back, but I can't get back what isn't there. Besides, I had an overwhelming desire not to be involved with him in any way after the divorce. As a result of our discussion, Victor gave me the house and car as compensation for the money he used. He also agreed to give me all of the furniture and electrical appliances. At that time, I changed the name of the house and sold the whole house to a real estate agent. What a thing to do! The house hasn't been built that long ago. It was great. I was able to sell it for more than I expected. That's terrible! This house is practically a memento of my younger brother. How could you sell it off without a second thought? Don't you have any humanity? Of course, I didn't want to let it go either. But Victor didn't have any money to pay the compensation, so there wasn't much we could do. In the first place, it would have been better if he had not cheated on me. Then he wouldn't have gone broke, blowing all his money on his lover. And he wouldn't have had to give up his house, car, furniture, and appliances as compensation. Okay, fine. I get it. So the woman with whom Victor was having an affair with is the reason for all this. I can't believe she made my precious little brother give her so much money. Who in the world is she? I'm not going to be satisfied until I give her a little piece of my mind. How dare you? What? It was last year, wasn't it? Even though Victor was married, you said you knew a really cute girl. And you introduced someone from your college, right? That's how they started the relationship. Oh my God, no! In other words, you're the one that made Victor cheat on me. I didn't mean to. I just wanted you to be a better wife to my brother. I just thought if I brought around a young pretty girl, you'd feel a little pressure and realize that you need to be a better wife. No, you were just trying to give me a hard time, weren't you? No, really, I wasn't. And I didn't expect Victor to be serious about her. Well, getting serious about another woman when you already have a wife is a problem. But in the end, it's you who sent him on that path. I don't think you have the right to complain to anyone. Ugh! On top of that, you seem to have some misunderstanding about inheritance. Victor did not leave any kind of will, so in this case, the legal heirs will inherit his estate. I know that. That's why I'm saying that I, his sister, have a right to it. I'm sorry to say this, but in this case, the only legal heir is me, his wife. Huh? Why? I'm his biological sister. If Victor didn't have a spouse, you would have been entitled to inherit. We weren't divorced yet, and we were still a married couple. Oh, come on now. You're telling me that a complete stranger can get the inheritance? But I, a blood relative, gets nothing? That's so unfair. I can't accept that. It doesn't matter anyway. Victor didn't have anything that could be called inheritance in the first place. Huh? I told you earlier, didn't I? His mistress used up all his money. There's nothing left. Oh! I checked to see if he had any cash or other financial assets. It's all gone. Oh no! If you doubt that, I can show you the bank books and everything else that will prove it. If you want, I can put you in front of a lawyer and we can go over it. No thanks, I get it. Is that so? So then please leave by the end of the day. Oh no! But I thought I could finally live in the house I've always dreamed of. Joy? Please pick up the phone. What's going on at this time of night? Hey, where do you live now? Excuse me? When I went to your parents' house, they told me that you moved to another place. I asked where you moved to, but your parents wouldn't tell me. Why are you keeping your whereabouts a secret? Why don't you tell me where you are? Why do you want to know where I am? Just tell me. I don't want to. Why not? Because you and I have nothing to do with each other anymore. What are you talking about? We're sisters-in-law. You were obligated to support me. There is no such law. And you said, we are complete strangers now. Ugh. Either way, we're not family. I've already filed a notification of termination of marriage with the authorities. What? What's that? It means that I have legally disassociated myself from the blood relatives of the deceased spouse. Disassociated? Yes, that's right. Therefore, you and I are completely unrelated. That can't be. That is why I have no obligation to give my current address to a person who has become a stranger, and I have no obligation to support you. Then what am I supposed to do now? My brother is gone, and I am all alone. Who is going to support me? Why are you trying to make me take care of you in the first place? You have a husband. Well, we separated. What? When I returned to my apartment after being kicked out of Victor's house, I was suddenly confronted with a divorce. So, when you said your husband was away on business, that was a lie. We've been having marital problems. My husband and I have been separated for a long time. Oh, really? But I thought he'd come back in time. And with the big house that Victor left us, I thought we'd be able to live happily together. And yet, after the funeral, he heard rumors of my brother's affair from relatives. Oh, I see. So they found out that you introduced the girl to your brother. My husband was furious and moved out of the apartment. Well, yeah, you did it to give me a hard time. It wasn't to give you a hard time. I only introduced her to him in a casual way. I never thought it would end like this. It's true that it ended in a very unexpected way. But it's insane to introduce another woman to your brother who is married, isn't it? You encouraged your brother's infidelity. I think you deserved it. Hey, help me out. Come again? I have nowhere to go. My husband has given up on me. I don't have a home anymore. I don't have parents or siblings. And I don't have a job, so I have no income. If I keep going like this, I won't be able to pay the rent. Then why don't you just work? I've interviewed at several companies, but none of them would hire me because of my lack of work experience. The only person I can rely on is you. I told you earlier that you and I are legally disassociated, didn't I? I don't care about the law. Look, Joy, when one of us has a problem, we'd both do right. We were family up till just a little while ago. You'll help me, won't you? Even Victor in heaven must want us to get along with each other. Did you forget that I was hurt by Victor's betrayal and was working on a divorce? Huh? And you have continually harassed me over and over again. I want to have nothing to do with you from here on out. You're so ungrateful! After everything I've done for you? I don't remember you ever doing anything for me. Just help me. I can't. Why? Because it's psychologically impossible. What? I don't want to see your face or hear your voice ever again. With that said, I'm going to block you. Goodbye. After that, my sister-in-law started frantically searching all over for me. She stormed into my relatives' houses, friends' houses, and anywhere else she could think of. She seemed to have begged them to tell her where I was. However, my sister-in-law's misdeeds were well known among my relatives, friends, and acquaintances. Naturally, no one would give her the time of day. When her savings finally ran out and she was in need of money, she stormed into the house of Victor's lover. I had already received a solid compensation payment from her. I had no intention of getting back at her in any way. But my sister-in-law must not have been satisfied. She went on a rampage, screaming that she didn't get her brother's inheritance because of her. The police were called to the scene. It's hard not to wonder who was in the wrong in the first place. In the end, my sister-in-law was sued for damages. She was forced to work to pay for it all. She's now working part-time to earn money. As for me, I bought a condominium with the money from the sale of my house. I am enjoying the freedom of living alone. I have been through a series of shocking events, but I am feeling much calmer now. So I am planning to go on a trip with my parents. Nikki, I just heard from Mom that you're getting married. Is it true? Why didn't you tell me? We're sisters. How could you keep it a secret? Hello? Mom told you that? How did that happen? Didn't they disown you? Well, it's all your fault. You made a big fuss about me stealing your ex-husband. Since then, Dad said he was going to cut ties with me. But in the end, Mom forgave me. Really? Of course. Unlike you, I'm her biological daughter. She loves me more. How could you act like that? Don't you feel bad for what you did? First of all, I will never forgive you. Oh, come on. It's been 5 years already. Are you still holding a grudge? You're so immature. I will never forgive you for what you did, no matter how many years pass. Your attitude shows that you're not sorry at all. I do feel sorry, okay? But you're happy now, right? By the way, how old are you now? I will be 50 next month. Oh, wow! Congratulations! It's a miracle that you're getting married again at your age. You don't have to congratulate me. Please, leave me alone. Stop being cold. Of course I want to congratulate you. You're my precious sister, after all. Oh, really? Then why did you steal my ex-husband before? Ugh. Are we still talking about that ancient thing? Move on already. I've always hated how you drag up the past. You never change. Say whatever you want, I don't care. So, are you having a wedding? Of course. We just finalized the venue. We had a family dinner with both my parents and my fiancé's family yesterday. It was wonderful to see how well both sets of parents got along. Oh, really? I wanted to see your fiancé. Why didn't you invite me? Seriously? Why do you think I would introduce my fiancé to a homewrecker? Besides, my family disowned you. I mentioned earlier that Mom forgave me, right? We're on good terms now. You know, blood is thicker than water. Since you're Mom's stepdaughter, she doesn't love you as much as she loves me. Mom even said, it's hard for her to see you as a daughter because you're close to her age. She sees me as her only daughter. It's just how it is. That's how she feels about me. I didn't know that. Oh, my poor sister, but that's the truth. Well, I'm planning to move away after I get married. I probably won't see her much either. If that's how she feels about me, then it's sad, but I will accept it. You don't have to act so tough. Just because you're marrying a CEO, you're acting all high and mighty. Do you think you're better than me now? What? Your fiancé is 10 years younger than you, right? What kind of trick did you use to get that kind of man? We just met through work. I feel sorry for your fiancé, to be honest. He deserves so much better. Marrying someone like you, an old lady, seems like he's wasting his life. Excuse me? It's true, isn't it? Don't you think he's perfect for me? Hey, introduce me to him. Are you thinking about stealing my man again? Oh, come on. I was just joking. He'll be part of our family, so it's only natural that I want to meet him, right? Whatever you're thinking, please stop. I don't trust any word you say. I will never introduce my fiancé to you. What? Why not? I just want to say hello. No. Are we done? I'm busy. Goodbye. Hey, Nikki! Hi, Nikki. How are you doing? I have big news for you. I'm not interested to hear it. Here you go again. You're so boring. It's big news related to you. Oh, really? Then what is it? See? You are interested after all. Well then, I'll tell you. I stole your man again. What? No way that's true. Your fiancé is the CEO, right? He's 40 years old and his name is Rob, right? Yes, but... He's so handsome. I was so surprised. Where on earth did you meet him? I know he worked at the same company as you, so I waited for him in front of the office. Mom told me what Rob looked like, so I recognized him right away. He's even more handsome than I imagined. I pretended to be his old friend, and he believed me. I got his contact number and invited him to dinner right away. Guess what? He fell in love with me just like that. Now he loves me more than anything. By the way, I'm with him right now at a luxury hotel. Really? Are you jealous? Of course you are, right? Rob told me everything about you. What? I heard that you're the head of the department now. I had no idea you've climbed up the ladder so much. I can't believe you became a department head and found this perfect guy at the same time. Seriously? You don't deserve any of this. How did you manage to get him to marry you? We just fell in love, okay? He proposed to me saying he wanted to spend his life with me. How sweet! But I'm sorry. I guess that was a lie. He said he's breaking off the engagement. It makes me jealous that you two are working at the same company. Maybe I should ask him to fire you. What? You can't do that. Also, you seem to be misunderstanding something. I'm with my fiancé right now, so there's no way he's in a hotel with you. What? Stop lying. I'm with Rob right now. He said he's going to marry me, not you. I don't blame you for not accepting the fact that I stole your man again. But you have to accept the reality. You're almost 50 years old. You should have chosen someone more suitable for you. He's too good for you, okay? An old hag becoming the CEO's wife? That's ridiculous. I really think you are misunderstanding something. I told you, my fiancé is right beside me. We are going to have the wedding as we planned. Of course, I won't invite you, so goodbye. I feel sorry for you. I guess you still can't accept the reality. Well, have fun being delusional about your wedding that will never happen. Nikki? Mom told me you are having a wedding today. Is that true? What the hell is going on? Dad got invited while Mom and I weren't even invited? Mom was furious with you. She said, "You're such an ungrateful daughter." But Mom doesn't consider me as her daughter, right? So I've decided not to invite her because I don't see her as my mother anymore. Are you serious? She's still your mother after all. I can't believe you. Anyway, Rob broke off the engagement, right? Are you still being delusional about your wedding? No, he didn't. And I am not being delusional. Then, what are you talking about? Rob is still with me right now. How on earth are you going to have a wedding? Maybe you should go see a psychiatrist. Hey, are you reading this? Reply to me. Aren't you the one being delusional? Huh? What do you mean? You got dumped by Rob, didn't you? Why are you still talking about the wedding? Listen, you are misunderstanding something. I'm at the venue and so is Rob. He never broke off the engagement, and we're about to get married. Huh? Are you out of your mind? I already told you, Rob is with me. Are you hallucinating or something? It seems like you can't accept reality still. Let me make it clear. Rob dumped you. He's now in love with me and has no intention of marrying you. Got it? It's time to wake up to reality. How could an old lady like you marry a CEO? Rob says he prefers a young, beautiful lady like me over you. Do you think that man is my fiancé? What? Let me ask you a question. Do you know Rob's full name? Of course. It's Robin Miller, right? What about it? I knew it. What do you mean? My fiancé's name is Robert Miller. What? Robin is my fiancé's twin brother. What? You're kidding, right? Nope. No way. Twins? He said he's the president of the company. Robin was supposed to be the next president of the company, but he got caught embezzling company money. What? Embezzlement? So his father, the then president, fired and severed the relationship between father and son. As a result, he wasn't able to become the president. You're lying! It's not a lie. After that, naturally his brother, who is my husband, was appointed as the next president. At first, he wasn't sure what to do, but he eventually decided to take over the company. He quit the company that he was working for at that time and studied management from scratch. He struggled at first, but never gave up. As a manager, I had a lot of opportunities to work with him. I supported him through tough times, and that's how we grew closer and eventually started dating. Then, why did Robin come out of your office? He just can't seem to accept the reality of being fired. He keeps trying to show up at the office, pretending to be his brother. But security knows all that happened and is aware of his plan. He was immediately caught that day and kicked out of the office. Really? I thought he was the CEO because he was at home during the day and thought he had a lot of free time. So what job does Robin have now? What? Is that what you believe a CEO does? CEOs are usually busy with company matters, not sitting around at home. Robin is probably unemployed now. His embezzlement is well known in the industry. It seems he couldn't find a job no matter how hard he tried. Now he seems to be enjoying his unemployed life. What? I married an unemployed man? What? You married him already? Yes, I did. I thought he was your fiancé. Oh my God, I've already registered our marriage. I just wanted him to be mine as soon as possible. That's why I rushed through all the processes. Are you serious? Oh God. Why do you have to rush such an important thing for such a stupid reason? Let me tell you more. Embezzlement wasn't the only reason he was disowned. Huh? You're kidding, right? There's still more? Robin has been involved in numerous scandals with multiple women. What? You mean before he met me, right? He told me he's deeply in love with me. I'm not sure about that. My husband says nobody can change him. Oh no! I heard that all the embezzled money was spent on women. He also used his father's credit cards without permission. No wonder he was disowned, right? He got fired from the company after he met me, right? He bought me designer bags and expensive jewelry. So, I don't believe any story that you said. He was appointed as the next president first. I believe he could easily find a new job if he had so much potential. Well, I don't know the full story and how he's doing now. But knowing him, maybe he's gotten into debt somewhere. I think his pride made him want to look good in front of you. No way! I married an unemployed man with debts? You said earlier that you wanted him to be yours as soon as possible and rushed into marriage. Maybe he felt the same way? I think he wanted to marry you as soon as possible, before you found out everything. Oh my God! The only reason I decided to marry him was that I thought he was the CEO and your fiancé. I don't need an unemployed man. But you're already married, right? Why not support him? Who knows? Maybe he'll find a decent job. You two should help each other since you are a married couple now. I don't want to do that, no! I want to live a comfortable life. Why should I support a lazy, unemployed man? That's right. I've got an idea. Why don't we trade husbands? You're kidding, right? Do you think I would agree with that stupid idea? Are we done? I'm busy preparing for the ceremony. I can't deal with you anymore. Wait, where's the wedding venue? Let me attend your wedding. This time, I will steal your real fiancé. I might still have a chance to marry the CEO. I'm not going to tell you. Even if I did, I don't think you'll make it to the wedding in time. Wherever it is, I'll do my best to make it. Just tell me. I'm having a wedding in Paris. What? You're kidding, right? Oh my God. I always had a dream of having a wedding in Paris. Not just that. Remember I mentioned I'm moving after getting married? Well, our company's headquarters are in Paris, and Robert's father has decided to focus more on business in Paris. So Robert will be working here from now on. Of course, I'm coming with him. We've already bought a new house to start our new life. You are moving to Paris? By the way, Dad is coming with us. Why only Dad? What about Mom? I only invited Dad to the wedding. Besides, Dad's had enough of Mom. After what you did to me, Mom forgave you so easily and always favors you. Dad couldn't forgive her for always choosing you just because you're her biological daughter. But that's not all. Dad's fed up with Mom's bad drinking habit. He wanted to take a break with her, so I offered him to stay with us for a while. I don't think I'll ever see Mom again. And you, of course. Oh no! So, there's no way you can come to my wedding. This is the last message from me because I'm blocking you now. Good luck with your life, Christina. What? Don't block me! You're living your luxurious life in Paris? Meanwhile, I'm stuck with an unemployed man? It's so unfair. I deserve to be in that position more than anyone. Take me to Paris too. I want to live in Paris instead of with this useless man. Please? Reply to me. Please? We had a very romantic wedding in Paris. It was the happiest day of my life. I never imagined remarrying at 50 and having another wedding. But here I am, blessed by my loving father, relatives, and friends. I am truly happy. After a few months, my father decided to divorce my mom. Freed from the stressful life with her, he looks stress-free and much younger now. According to the rumors, Robin got fired from his new job and was completely disowned by his family. He's been unemployed ever since, reportedly living off his girlfriend's support. Moreover, he was reportedly having affairs with 2 married women, leading to another scandal. Christina was heartbroken and asked for a divorce, but Robin promised to change and love her forever. They are still married to this day. Mom also turned to her for financial assistance, adding to her responsibilities of supporting both her husband and mother. She's been tirelessly working multiple part-time jobs from morning till late at night, striving desperately to make ends meet. A relative who happened to see Christina was surprised, mentioning that she looked like she was in her mid-40s, despite still being in her early 30s. I guess it's her karma. Well, I wish her all the best. What the hell? I was excited when Jeff mentioned he was bringing his wife over. But then, it turns out his partner is you, a divorced 45-year-old hag. What a disappointment. Excuse me? It's true that I'm 45, but Jeff is 39 years old and close to my age. So calling me a hag is just too much. How dare you talk back to me? That's probably why you got divorced. What are you trying to say? You probably got dumped by your ex-husband. It's such a shame that you're a divorced woman. Shame on you. He didn't dump me. He passed away from cancer, so I'm widowed. Oh, really? Maybe you poisoned him with something causing his cancer. I can imagine you doing that. I would never do such a thing. That's going too far, Betty. Shut up. I don't approve of this marriage. Seriously, it's extremely rude to get married without even meeting me. Since you are a dumb old hag, you have no common sense. You thought you couldn't marry my son except this way, right? Well, that's partly true. I heard that you wanted Jeff to marry a woman younger than him. I knew you never approved of me. So I talked to Jeff about it, and we decided to register our marriage first. Oh, please, stop lying. Jeff wouldn't lie or betray me like this. You probably threatened or forced Jeff into marrying you. This marriage is invalid. You should divorce him immediately. But listen to me, Betty. Why should I listen to you? Shut up. If you are 45 years old, you can't have children anymore. Oh, my poor son. He won't even be able to be a father. You know Jeff loves kids. Our family has always been blessed with children for generations. I see. And you ruined that. My family has been cursed. It's all because of you. Let me make something clear. Jeff and I have had discussions about our future. And it's true. He used to dream of having a big family when he was younger. I heard you were too overprotective of your son. That's why his past relationships didn't work out. He even mentioned feeling relieved when you moved to the nursing home, as he could finally focus on himself. Now Jeff is already 39 years old, and if we were to have a child, by the time that child reaches their 20s, both Jeff and I would be in our 60s. We both agree that we don't want to burden our future child with taking care of us in our old age. So we've decided not to have children. Jeff wouldn't say such a thing. I was overprotective. What? I was trying to help him find the perfect woman. I heard you caused Jeff's breakup with his ex-girlfriend. That's because the woman he was dating came from a poor family, and she was in her 30s. Healthy kids usually come from women in their 20s. A poor woman wouldn't be a good fit for him. Plus, a wife should be a homemaker. And yet, you're still working full-time, right? Yes, I telework. What's that? Are you intentionally using complicated words with me? No, I'm not. I work from home. See? That's why you failed as a wife. What do you mean? Working from home is just like doing some side job, right? You must be earning nothing with that kind of job and not doing your housework. Yet, you sound like you work full-time. You got dumped before, yet you're so full of yourself. It seems nothing I say will convince you anymore. Jeff wasn't happy with your attitude like that, Betty. That's why we kept our relationship secret and registered our marriage first. I was hoping you'd welcome me as a new family member. But if you keep acting this way, we'll have to keep our distance, and we won't be reaching out to you anymore. What's with the disrespect? Who do you think you are? Listen, I don't approve of your marriage with my son. Just get divorced already. Jeff and I are happy together. Divorce is not an option. How dare you talk back to me like that? You may get along with my son, but you certainly don't with me. Jeff should marry a younger woman. Just hurry up and get a divorce. I'm not getting a divorce. I'll say goodbye for now. Take care. Betty, I received a call from the caregiver at the nursing home. It seems you've been causing trouble for others. What? That's not true. You persistently pursued an 80-year-old man to buy you a bag, right? That old man has a lot of money, so he's a good sucker. Please stop. It's causing trouble. You have no right to say that. I heard you've been ordering food delivery because you find the meals tasteless. Well, I'm a gourmet. I can't stand that elderly food. It's a nursing home that Jeff arranged for me because he worried about leaving me alone. The other services are fine, but I can't stand the meals. Please stop charging the food delivery bill to your room next door. She's a wealthy old lady. She loves treating me. And there's more. You're selling herbal tea to various people, right? Yeah, I just have a bunch of herbal tea. Too much for me. I'm selling it for $20 per pack. It's just a little pocket money for me. You've been scolded by the caregiver for various problematic behaviors. Jeff is upset about it. Please stop doing such things from now on. Oh, are you giving me orders? Jeff wouldn't be bothered by it, I'm sure. He must be happy to hear about what's going on with me. If you keep up with all these problematic behaviors, they might ask you to leave. What do you mean? Don't you know how to respect me? There are nurses on site, and they provide meal services and full care. I know. Do you know how much it cost? I don't care. Shut up. I'm still in good health, so I don't need nursing care. But Jeff insisted, so I agreed to move in. You should be grateful that you live in such a good and safe environment. If you continue behaving badly, you'll be kicked out. I don't care if I'm kicked out. I'll go to your house and kick you out from there. If you don't divorce quickly, I'll make it happen for real. Hey, Betty. Could you please stop spreading rumors about me at the nursing home? Even my relatives have heard about it. Now I'm completely rumored to be a bad wife. Huh? It's not just a rumor. It's the truth. You made your ex-husband eat unhealthy food and sent him to the afterlife with cancer. Moreover, you deceived my son and married him. You are such an evil person. It's a big deal to have such an evil person in the family, so I'll have to tell all my relatives about you. Please stop it. But you chose a good time to contact me. What? Today, I will prove how incompetent a wife you are in front of my relatives. I will expose the true nature of the miserable 45-year-old hag. To get their reaction, I'll go live with you. What do you mean by my true nature? What did I do? Wearing such scandalous underwear at your age? What are you thinking? Underwear? Where on earth did you get that idea? Obviously, from your closet. I said before that if you don't divorce, I'll come to your house. I saved money from selling herbal tea and traveled alone to your house. You thought I couldn't do such a thing because I live in a nursing home, didn't you? When I said I'd expose the wife's true nature, the relatives gladly lent me a spare key. What? Please don't enter my room without permission. I'll expose you to all my relatives. Stop it, please. Oh my God, look at this underwear. It's a normal kind of underwear. Stop humiliating me for no reason. Only a hooker would wear this kind of underwear. I don't think so. Oh, Lord. My son was deceived. My son deserves a younger woman who's never been married before. He doesn't deserve a miserable 45-year-old hag. The whole family wants you and Jeff divorced. Just get the divorce now. No way. Once you divorce, I'll have Jeff go on an arranged marriage right away. I know a young lady from a good family. She's around 23, I think. She's young and attractive, and she also wants to become a full-time housewife, so it's perfect. Of course, she'll have lots of children. They will have the big family that Jeff dreamed of. Unlike a prideful but useless 45-year-old hag, she can make Jeff happy. What? That's too far. You deserve to be alone for the rest of your life. But I don't want to divorce Jeff. Hey, Betty? I don't know what's going on. Everybody just left. They were so angry. They said they never come to see me anymore. I don't get it. I just showed your scandalous underwear. It appears that way. Thanks to your live stream, I saw it too. I started receiving concerned messages from relatives. Concerned messages? You mean they messaged you telling you to divorce Jeff? Now that your true colors have been exposed to the relatives, you have no choice but to divorce my son. No, that's not it. Instead of me, your true color has been exposed by your own actions. Have you already forgotten what the relatives said to you earlier? Everyone was shocked by your disgraceful behavior in the nursing home and the insults towards me. Did you see their reaction when you called me an old hag? Everyone was also shocked by how overly protective you were of Jeff and how it ruined his past relationships. Also, you didn't borrow the spare key. You broke in through the window, right? Everything you said and did was really terrible and only made you look bad. I was concerned that the relatives believed your rumor at first, but I'm relieved that now they've seen for themselves what a terrible person you are. What are you talking about? Surely, everyone left because they were disgusted to know what kind of person you are. You're now disliked by the entire family. You have no place here, so hurry up and get a divorce. I don't see any reason to get a divorce. Shut up! The fact that I don't approve of this marriage is reason enough. Just get a divorce now. If you insist so much, then I've already talked to the future wife of Jeff. All that's left is for you to disappear. Do you really want me to get a divorce? Oh my goodness. How many times do I have to tell you? Of course. Jeff doesn't need a miserable old hag as a wife. Just divorce him. All right. Then I'll stop sending you $2,500 a month. What? You didn't know? I'm the one supporting you financially. What do you mean? Don't say stupid things. It should be Jeff who's supporting me. Jeff's salary isn't enough, so I'm the one supporting you. What? I thought you were part-time. How is that possible? Are you doing shady business? No, I'm not. I'm actually an investor. What? I earn income through investments. I don't understand. What? I live off the dividends and gains from the sale of my shares. Is that what you meant by telework? Yeah, I work from home. I also manage my late husband's estate well. What? The estate of your late husband? It's all your fault why he passed away, right? The inheritance was probably taken by your late husband's mother. I don't understand why you're making such assumptions. My late husband passed away due to cancer, and I received an inheritance as well. So what? Even if that's true, it doesn't change the fact that you are a miserable old hag. Besides, I don't believe Jeff doesn't earn that much. Jeff is doing his best, but it's tough with just his factory salary. Are you looking down on my son? I don't care about your late husband's inheritance. I know it's a lie that you're making money just by working from home. You must be earning only about $100 a month from your so-called telework. Besides, Jeff put me in this nursing home a year ago. Didn't you marry Jeff just 2 months ago? Then the timeline doesn't match up. How could you even blatantly lie like this? Betty, think about it. Jeff used to work in an office before switching to the factory, right? He was making more money back then. If he had stayed in that job, he could have easily covered the costs of the nursing home with his salary alone. So what? Do you know why Jeff had to change jobs? It's because you tried to force him into a relationship with one of his coworkers. What? That's also why he decided to move you into a nursing home and keep your distance. But it became a big issue at the office, and Jeff couldn't continue working at his company. He ended up taking a lower-paying job at a factory. What's that supposed to mean? You're saying it's my fault? Yes, it is. At this point, I'll say it clearly. All of your actions are getting in the way of Jeff's life. He's kind, so he might not have said these things to you directly. But the fact that he never visited you in the nursing home says it all, don't you think? He distanced himself from you, and after that, he met me. And he's finally enjoying his own life. Honestly, after hearing all the things you've done to him, it makes me dislike you. I thought I would continue to support you financially as a gesture of love for Jeff, but that ends today. Wait. About the divorce? What? I've been forgetful lately. Oh, really? It doesn't seem that way. No, it's really bad. I might have said something outrageous, but forgive me. It's just what old people do, you know. The staff at the nursing home didn't mention anything about you being forgetful. I'm sorry. Let's forget about the divorce talk. I never intended to divorce from the beginning. I've already told Jeff everything that happened this time. What? Really? I've also told him about the harassment from you and the humiliation I faced today. Jeff has also had enough and says he's reached his limit. He's furious and disappointed with you. He said he wants to cut ties with you. He thinks sending you to a distant nursing home wasn't enough. If we don't cut ties completely, you'll ruin the rest of our life. No. That's not true. Please forgive me. It's too late now. I apologize for calling you an old hag. I'm sorry for spreading rumors about you. I take back everything I've said. So please forgive me. That's not the only thing I'm upset about. You're selfish and you don't mind causing trouble for others. I especially can't forgive you for ruining Jeff's life. From now on, I will support him for the rest of his life. We don't need you, Betty. Please, I apologize for everything I said. I'll get down on my knees if you want me to. Hundreds or thousands of times. I won't forgive you even if you kneel tens of thousands of times. Goodbye, Betty. After that, we decided to stop paying for Betty's nursing home fees. Betty apparently asked relatives and fellow residents to pay her bill, but nobody offered help. Instead, she was asked to return the money she had overcharged for selling herbal tea. Betty left the nursing home on her own and moved to a cheaper apartment. Looks like she's not exactly living her best life in her golden years. We relocated and cut ties with Betty, and now we're living peacefully. Seeing Betty's struggles made us realize we don't want to end up like her in retirement. We're planning to work hard together and save money properly from now on.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.